Hi there, it's Sam from Pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me in Pootles Advent Countdown. 24 projects coming out to you, 2 a week, all the way through from now and into Christmas. There's already been a load, there's still a load more to come. And today's project is this one. It is just a simply stylish red bag. I have these visions of colour schemes of gifts and things like that. And I don't know if I'm the only person who's like that, but I like that kind of a thing. There was one year, quite a few years ago, when I did everybody with just brown wrapping paper on all of their gifts, and then gave them a ribbon that matched their I gave them a ribbon so that all of their presents was one colour of ribbon, then somebody else had a different colour. So one of my boys had red, one had green, one had blue, and so on. And I actually like quite simple things. So I've gone for red table bags. And this is very, very simple to make. It's got an extra closure, an extra panel on the top to give it a closure. It closes with a magnet, just pings shut, and then just a little sprig and some lovely, I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Jute twine. Super simple. Right, I'm going to show you how to make it right from the piece of cardstock. So I'm going to do all of the trimming and cutting and everything. And your piece needs to be, and don't worry about writing the measurements down, they're all on my blog. Click open the description bar and you'll see it. It needs to be 8 by 11 inches. If you work in metric, you're going to make yours 20 by 28 centimetres. And that means whether you work in International A4 or US 8.5 by 11, you're getting one of these out of it. You also need a black bit for the front, for this panel here. That needs to be 3 by 3.25 inches. So again, I would probably start with a scrap of black. I typically don't have one. But I'm cutting it that way so that I've got the majority left over. So 3 by 3.25, which is 7.5 by 8 inches. And then you need a piece of designer series paper. I went with the check before. I planned to go with the holly leaves, but actually I think I'm going to go with this one. So this needs to be 3 by 2.75 inches. So again, I'm going with the smallest measurement, so I'm leaving the bulk there. 2.75 by 3. So those are my bits prepped and ready. That is going to sit on there and then it will fold. And I'm going to score this one. So on the long side, where's my scoring tool? Score it at 3.25, 5.25, 8.5 and 10.5 inches. And make a mark, and I forgot to write that bit down. That needs to come at this point, which is at the 8. It needs to come at 4.25. Okay, I'm going to have to write that down, and that's going to come at 9.5. Let me write that down now. 4.25. And 9.5, and I'll have to work out what that is in metric. I'll have to write that down in metric. Okay, and then on this side, so you need to make sure that goes off to the right hand side because it's only a part score. Come along and score it at 2 inches. It's a worry, isn't it? Okay. Burnish your score lines. Did I forget to write that down? I don't know. Okay, so don't worry about those part scores, but come along and just take a little wedge off there, there and there. So you're removing skinny bits and making a wedge. Okay, and then cut those ones. I'm just going to wedge into the square ever so slightly. Okay, so that's going to fold around and that is going to become the back. So my little panel here, I need to get this on and stuck. So I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold my paper in half. I'm just going to double check I've got it the right way around. And slip the two together like so. You can't stick the paper on first because you need bend room. So you need to stick the paper on afterwards. And I'm looking for my fuse. I love my fuse. I wouldn't be without it. Push firmly to make sure it's on. Okay, so coming back to this box, as I said, this part here is the back, which means I want to get this stuck to the back. Did you? I folded it the wrong way. I folded it on the wrong side. I was meant to fold it on that side. Fold it on the long side, not the short. I wonder if I can get this folded. I can't. Let's do that again. At least we know that's going to be the right width. Oh dear. So what did I say? I wanted 3 by 3 1/4. And this, hopefully I should be able to get this. So that's 3 by 2 3/4. Well, that's fine. That, at least I can get on there. Let's try that again. Fold it on the long side. It hurts, doesn't it? And make sure that one's on the right side as well. And then that's going to go on and then go over, and it's going to be lovely and fine. Can't make it up, can you? Should we try that again with the fuse? Oh dear. Oh, my fuse has run out. Snail it is. Okay. Oh dear. So, where were we? Make sure that's fully pressed down. This is the back. That's going to slip on. It now fits absolutely perfectly. So I want to get strong adhesive, but I haven't got any fuse handy now, so it's going to have to be something else. Here we go, tear and tape. Equally strong adhesive. Right. And you line that up under this part here. And as I said, this is the back. Push firmly and it will stick down. Now we need to glue it all up. We're going to have to come in with this tear and tape again, aren't I? So run some adhesive down that part. And this will fold over and stick to there. So, and those bits that we pre-scored will just pop in nicely when you pull it all together. So more adhesive, so fold in the 2 tabs at the bottom and the one from the back. Get your adhesive on here. I ought to use tear and tape more often. I use fast fuse because it's quick and strong. This is just a little bit slower and strong. Onto there, pull it closed, and this is going to come over now. Put those sides in and stick down. And as I said at the start, if you're, what, did I say it on this one? No, I said it on another video. If you're putting sweets and treats in here for children, don't use magnets. Magnets are not safe for smallies. So mini Velcro dot, or you could punch a hole through there and there and tie a ribbon. I'm going to bring in my magnets again, and actually this is one of the strips that I trimmed off at the start. Punch 2 holes, or 2 circles rather, with your 1/2 inch circle punch. neodymium magnets. Mine are 8mm by 1mm. You don't want any shallower than 1mm because they will snap and break. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but what happens is, and that's not going to work, they snap if they're any thinner than that. I have been able to do it in, I can't demonstrate, obviously they're just perfect, but they snap, which is just no good. So, neodymium magnet, glue dot on the back that wants to stick to your piercing tool. Put it on the black part, and then get one of your little circles and cover it. These are so blooming strong that you need to put a couple of layers of cardstock between them. So that is well pushed on. This one on now, you need to obviously make sure that you've got your poles opposite so that they do stick together rather than repel. Close up your box and fold it round and push firmly, really quite firmly, and that will leave that one in place. Mini glue dot on the back of another piece of another circle, and again, I'm pushing so hard it's shaking, and that will snap shut and stay shut. And now, simply to finish, I've got a green sprig. These are a bit of a nightmare to stick to anything unless you're using hot glue, and hot glue and can you imagine me and hot glue, really? It would be messy and painful. So what I'm doing is I'm tangling it in the lower branches, this jute twine, to get it started. Then I'm going to wrap a whole load around the bottom, tangle it up a little bit more. And then I'm going to tie a bow. And the jute twine is actually what I'm then going to stick to the box. Because without hot glue or my alarm going off, that twig would not stick. So again, mini glue dot. Seriously, these things, I swear I could stick a child to the ceiling with them. They're so strong. I'm not going to test the theory, but you know, I reckon it's there. Oh, I'm going to stick myself to it. It's that kind of a day. They're so sticky, they want to stick to everything. They just don't like the plastic. So, have 4 of them. Pop it on the box. Job done. What do you think? Oh, look, that one needs another one on it. Probably because I only put one on it originally. But I think that's really sweet. I think those would be lovely as table favours, although you get quite a lot of stuff in there. Nice little gift, I reckon. What do you think? Anyway, I really hope you like it. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.